Councilwoman KaShamba Miller-Anderson. Thank you for joining us today. Well, this is my very first time doing this, so I think I want to start off by telling a little bit about why you're here, why I'm here. As your council representative, I feel that it's very important that you are very well aware of all of the services that our city offers. Also, I want to spend some time highlighting our beautiful schools that are working with our students here in Riviera Beach. They'll be able to come here and assist you with any type of information that you may need, any helpful information you may need. What we're planning on doing is having several community members. We want to highlight all of those who are doing a wonderful job in our community. So please be on the lookout for further segments. This will be a once-a-month show at the beginning. Possibly twice in a month we'll have these shows. So I will be getting in touch with many of you so that if you are a community member, you want to nominate a community member who's working very hard in their community, if you know of a nonprofit organization that's doing wonderful work in our community, as well as any of our teachers or our schools, our principals, our assistant principals that are working very hard with all of our students in Riviera Beach, please contact me. But the show is really designed for the citizens of Riviera Beach. I will have several department heads here from our water department, from our police department, from the Public Works, Parks and Rec. We'll be giving you everything you need to know about Riviera Beach. And again, it's all about letting you know what's happening here. Today, we'll be talking with Riviera Beach Maritime Academy Principal Tanya Hicks Brown and student Devontae Douglas. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you definitely for having us. Yeah.
You know, I brought you all here because I know that you all are doing wonderful things over there at the Maritime Academy, and you're in an area where we're building up our marine area.
Absolutely.
And I think it's perfect that we're being able to get students prepared for the future so that they can be productive citizens in our city, get wonderful jobs, and take care of all of those wonderful responsibilities they will have when they become adults.
That's true, that's true.
So tell me a little bit about Riviera Beach Maritime Academy. How long have we been here? All of the little information, because we want to do this for the residents so that they're very well aware.
Well, super, and thank you. Let me just start by thanking you, Councilwoman Miller-Anderson,
No problem.
for even coming up with the concept of Let's Talk. I think that's a great concept to be able to keep citizens informed of everything that's happening, and it's a pleasure to be here on this first segment. The Riviera Beach Maritime Academy has been in existence for 11 years here in Riviera Beach, and the focus is on hands-on preparation for students or with students, not just for the marine industry, because obviously this is a port city and we're right here on the waterfront, and it is a beautiful place in which to live, work, and play. Beautiful area. But not just the marine industry or the marine trades are we preparing students for, but also science and technology. Our goal is to be the premier STEM institution in the area, you know, bar none. And so, you know, it's a tall
That's
goal.
definitely the future.
Yeah, it's a tall goal. But what we're doing right now and have been for the past 11 years is working with high school students, 9th through 12th grade. We're right at 251 West 11th Street, just west of Boys and Girls Club. And so we prepare students in the areas of marine biology and environmental science. The students are hands-on, you know, learning marine biology.
Yeah, and they retain more when they're
Absolutely.
hands-on.
Pre-engineering, pre-architecture, and as you can imagine, that's very hands-on. We are the first school here in Palm Beach County to actually have a robotics certification path.
Oh, wonderful.
Many middle school students and high school students may have the opportunity to be introduced to robotics and programming and coding and those kinds of things. But we actually have the certification path. We're the first school under the auspices of Palm Beach County School District to have
wonderful.
that. So
that's a great,
that's a
great
first.
achievement.
Yeah. And then information technology. In a few minutes, I'll let Devontae talk about that because he's already earned 3 certs and probably will earn another 4 this year.
Wonderful.
And then marine engine technology. You know, you talked about the waterfront and the working waterfront, the whole maritime industry.
Right.
The marine industry is a $20 billion industry in Florida. It's a huge industry and expanding even more and more up here on the north end of the county, as you know, as a councilwoman.
Right.
And, you know, as Rybovich and Viking and all these other marine type corporations expand here in this area, we are training students to be prepared to step into those jobs as you know, folks that are in those jobs age, you know, and come out. Now the next generation has to be trained. And so that's what we've been doing there for 11 years is preparing students for the marine trades. Some of the same things that you do on land, you know, for example, or outside of the marine industry, if you go and you're an auto mechanic, you'll make X amount of dollars, but then you take that same skill or trade into the marine industry and you're going to make more money. So that's what we're teaching students and parents, that you know, welding, all of these trades can be learned, you know, right here or, you know, be introduced, put it like that, at the Maritime Academy. Right. And then you can go on to Palm Beach State, Broward, or other, you know, technical institutions or colleges, and, you know, earn at a greater rate than you would outside of the marine industry, perhaps. Right. And so boat and yacht construction and repair is another area. Okay. There's a lot of boat yards and boat type manufacturers in the area. And then so again, we want to stress that the school is based on hands-on. We have placed probably over, I would say, 150 students in jobs with maybe over 40, 50 employers between here and Miami. But most of them have been right in this area. Very good. While they're still in high school. Devontae will talk about that in a moment too, because he's about to take a new job, hopefully. The president of our school noticed him. We were out on a boat ride taking some counselors out the other day, district counselors actually, you know, to show off the school and show what we do. Right. And my boss, Mr. George Carter, took notice of him. He's the president of the academy. Took notice of Devontae, and he offered him a job. He said, have your resume on my desk on Tuesday, and he did. And congratulations! And he's about to step into a corporation, a corporate setting, and
well, we're going to hear from Devontae
get his feet wet, so to speak.
Yes.
Another major aspect of the school is the fact that we offer the hands-on, on-the-job training and internship opportunities. It's one thing to learn in school. It's another thing to be able to go out and actually do and apply those skills and learn what it is to do it in the context of the real work environment, so to speak. And so we have placed probably over 150 students while they're yet in high school into jobs that are relating to either maritime science or technology. And so I think that's a great accomplishment, probably with over 40, 50 employers in the area. We also have students at our school learn at a very high level. Although we do have somewhat of an emphasis on the trades, we've had kids go on to college for the sciences and technology. Students have landed at Baylor, University of New Orleans. We have a rugby team. The only sport that we have right now is rugby, as far as a organized official team. But it's #1 in the state of Florida.
Congratulations.
15th in the nation. And so as a result of that, we have 6 students that, because of academics and rugby, are at LSU this year. So a third of their squad is RBMA, Riviera Beach Maritime Academy.
To be proud of,
and then all over the state of Florida, our students land. UNF, Coastal Marine Biology, UCF for any number of different areas, FAU, FIU. And so Florida Memorial, you know, FAMU. So these students, even prestigious institutions like Massachusetts Maritime Academy and SUNY Maritime for engineering or transportation logistics. We have one young man, and we'll get to Devontae in just a second here, but one young man I have is interning at Tropical this year. We're so proud of him. His name is Cameron, and Cameron is actually over there using the computer to determine, you know, which loads or which cargo containers will go down to the Virgin Islands. I mean, he's literally on the computer making that happen. He's actually doing logistics in high school. Who does that? And so that's what I mean by
doing it in high school.
That's what I mean by such a high level of learning. The students in our high school are getting what many kids have to wait till college to obtain. And so With having said that, I'd like Devontae just to share a little bit. Devontae is in his first year at the Maritime Academy. He came from Palm Beach Lakes. He's in our information technology program.
Wonderful.
I think he's earned, what, 3 Microsoft certifications?
1 Microsoft certification and 2 Adobe certifications so far. So
And you said probably you'll earn 4 more before the year is out?
by the end of the school year, I would earn approximately 3 to 4 more.
Okay.
So it all depends, but hopefully I can earn 4.
So as a student, Devontae, tell me a little bit about your day when you're in school. What are some of the things that you're doing? How would we be able to get a few other students to your school? What's so exciting over there?
Well, first off, we do have a very small class size, so let more hands-on teachers. The teachers are very nice and interactive, and the learning experience is just a lot better than, I would say, like any other schools, because our school is just like, the teachers actually care about you. Like, it's not that easy to really like get lost in the crowd, and
Right, that's important.
that's very important. And you guys, like, it's always like a good teacher-student relationship at our school, so I really do like it.
Great. Now, when you go, you're there for how many hours? What do you all do? 6 or
7, I believe.
7 hours? Okay. And so I know do you have any electives? Your elective courses are probably through when you earn your certifications.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have your English, your math. Tell me a little bit about all of that.
Okay, well, we do have a very skilled math teacher, Mr. Vallada, awesome teacher. He's very skilled. Like,
You're working on that A+ in the class, huh?
yeah, I'm trying for it.
Uh-huh.
He's very skilled. We actually have Mr. Miller, who is our information technology teacher, has like almost like 30 certs. Like he's just insane when it comes to that.
Uh-huh.
I actually admire him because like I aspire to be just like him when it comes to
Wonderful.
certifications.
What do you plan to do with these certifications? And she mentioned you have a job that you're going to be doing soon. Tell us a little bit about what that would be like.
Well, I'm not sure from I'm not sure from what we started off with the conversation, but basically, Mr. Carter, the president of our school, has offered me a position to work as a deckhand, I believe.
Okay.
And basically, what I would be doing is that I'd be whether it be maintaining yachts and boats and stuff like that, and it'll just be like a really fun experience because I've never actually done anything like that before. So it's just something that I want to experience for the first time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Not directly connected with IT, but it's a first experience. And maybe your first job is not always related to what you want to end up doing.
Exactly.
But you never know, like your position, like on life, might change because of an experience like that.
That's very true.
And that's very good you understand that now, because any opportunity that comes before you, you want to take advantage of it, because you never know, later on in life you may be interested in it. And sometimes opportunities only come by once.
That's true.
So you want to make sure you take advantage of that. Is there anything else you want to share that's just like the best thing ever over there at the Riviera Beach Maritime Academy? Yeah, I know you have the best teachers over there. I'm sure they're going to be giving you extra credit
The best
real
teachers.
quick.
Best principal in the county.
Yeah, the best
There you go.
principal, right? Okay.
No, boy.
Okay, well, you know what, Devontae, I think you have a very bright future. You seem like a very, very straightforward, focused young man. If you stay on that track, I see you doing wonderful things when you get older.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And
He's
Ms.
definitely-
Hicks, would you like to wrap up and give us the contact information so our residents can, if they're interested in taking a tour of some sort, they can get in touch with you all? And,
Sure. I like to say, and of course I'm partial, that we're one of the finest schools on the planet. But the reason I say that is because I really don't know of any other schools in the state of Florida that are doing what we do,
Okay,
at
great.
such a high level.
Great.
And we're at 251 West 11th Street, again, just west of Boys and Girls Club. If someone is trying to reach us on the web, it would be www.rbmaritime,
Okay.
maritime.org.
Okay.
And,
And the phone number?
Phone number is 561-841-7600.
Okay. Thank you all so much for being on our very first show of
you for
Let's
having
Talk
us.
Riviera Beach with Councilwoman KaShamba Miller Anderson. We just set a new stage.
That's right.
People coming behind you all, they're going to have to stand up to you all. Thanks again for coming.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back with our next guest. We will have information coming from our Water Utilities Department, and I know that's a very hot topic here in Riviera Beach, so please stand by. We'll be right back. Thank you.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me. the day my mother had a stroke. I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Protect the ones you love. Spot a stroke fast.
Recovery from mental and substance use disorders is possible with the support of my community. Join the Voices for Recovery. Visible, vocal, valuable.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Riviera Beach. Our next guest we have today is Mr. Randy Sherman, our Director of Finance from the Water Utilities Department. Welcome, Mr. Sherman.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
As I explained to the residents prior, when we were speaking with our previous guest there, I told them, it was very important that we had some of our department heads come and speak and just give a little bit of information to just helpful tips on things that they should know, what our departments offer. And for your department, we have our water billing. Right. So I'll give you an opportunity, just tell us a little bit about how we can help our residents when it comes down to our billing of the water.
Sure. Yeah, I am the finance director both for the city and the water district per se. And I'll tell you, one of the issues when I first got here, the city manager said to me, you have to fix utility billing. It was a major issue when we got here, not only on customer service, but getting information out to our customers and letting them understand. So I do appreciate this opportunity to do that.
That's the whole purpose, yeah.
But I will tell you, I typically get two questions. One is, why are our rates so high?
Yes.
And the other is, why does my water bill spike?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So let me start first with the second question.
Okay.
Why do our water bills spike? I will tell you, I am not an engineer, so I'm just parroting what the engineers have told me. But the water that we have here in Riviera Beach, we pump up out of the aquifer, and it contains a lot of lime. Okay. It's not harmful, but there's lime in it. And if you think about like salt water when it dries and you get that salt residue, well, you get the same thing from lime. Okay. So we have lime running through our system, and they're treating it over at the plant, but we have years and years of lime going through the system. The water meters that we use are very old technology. And I always try to compare them to the telephones that we have today. If you think about your phone that you had 15 years ago, it was hooked to the wall or it was a big brick. And today the technology is much different. But the old meters that we are currently using have a lot of moving pieces. And what happens is the lime gets into the meters, and even though water is still going through the meters, the meter isn't necessarily spinning and registering the usage. What happens is eventually the lime comes loose and the meter just starts spinning. And it really is trying to catch up for all the water billings it hasn't done in the past. We had a customer a couple of weeks ago, 2,000 gallons every month. 2,000. All of a sudden, 300 gallons per hour were going through the meter for about 9 straight days. So we could tell that the system really wanted to let loose, and when it let loose, it let loose. So we know that this is an issue. And we know it doesn't happen at the same meters from month to month, because again, once your meter lets loose, it's probably not going to happen again. It may straddle over a couple billing periods, but it typically doesn't happen. And it's not any specific location in the city. We'll get dozens of them every month that this happens, but they're all over the city.
How do we fix that, or is there anything the customer can do, or is it something that you all do on your side?
Well, there's 2 things that we're doing. One, if it happens, please call us.
Yes.
Okay, because we
Yes.
know it happens.
Okay.
A lot of the meters that we have out there, we can actually go out and get hourly reading data.
Okay.
So we can see that this is happening. We do have a program where, we will change out the meter. We'll give you a credit on your bill because we know that these things are happening.
Right.
The bigger issue is changing to more current technology in our
Okay,
water meters.
And we're in the process of moving towards that.
We are.
Exactly.
We are. Yeah. The council approved in our capital budget last year a water meter replacement program.
Wonderful.
We've issued the RFP. They had evaluations in this room last week.
Yes.
And we're hoping that maybe by the April utility meeting we'll be able to bring something.
Okay.
If not, certainly the May meeting.
Very good.
and
So
then-
we have some sort of relief on the way.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
It's coming.
Great.
And again, what that'll allow us to do is, one, prevent this type of fluctuation in our water bills, but it'll also provide more information to the customers.
Great.
The customers will actually be able to sign into their meters and actually see their usage as it's happening.
Great.
Okay, so again, they're going to get
So
an
to be a little
hourly
proactive and
rating.
be able to see if it's going up a little high
Absolutely.
before it comes to the bill.
Before it happens.
Right,
yeah.
right, good.
And what it's going to allow us to do is, as you said, it's going to allow us to flip customer service over. Because right now, we don't know there's a problem until we do a meter reading.
Right.
Okay. Now that could be 40 days after there's been a problem
Yes.
that we see it. We'll actually get notices on our screens. Okay, and it may say this property typically uses 4,000 gallons a month. Right now, it's going through 1,000 gallons a day. There's a problem.
Very
And
good.
we can then send somebody out.
Very good.
Or it'll come and say, hey, the battery's dying, or the meter's disconnected.
Okay.
So again, it'll take care of tampering issues and all of those types. So we'll get notices, and rather than having to spend our time reading the meters, because again, it'll all come in electronically,
Okay.
or going out and trying to resolve issues, we'll actually be able to stop them right on
Very
the
good.
spot.
And that's important.
It's really going to be a
I
game
know
changer.
you all are really
Yeah.
working hard. I know our office has received numerous phone calls regarding the bills, and I try to make sure that we're able to resolve it. And many times, once it's brought to the attention of the department, you do make an effort to try to resolve it for the residents.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to hear that we definitely are on our way towards making this almost perfect situation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I put a large emphasis on customer
Yes,
service.
yes.
I set up a call center that all they do all day is take phone calls.
Good, good.
We've got our field crew are all on laptops now, so we can call them, we can get them. They're out in the field, they can take care of issues when they come about.
Very good.
And again, we'll gladly meet with customers. We've got a great customer service manager, Sylvia Kemp. She's doing an excellent job.
Okay.
And we're really trying to resolve it. So what I would say to the public is, when you have an issue,
Yes.
call us first.
Yes. Yes.
I know the tendency is to call the council,
Right.
but we're trying to get that confidence in the staff. Call us.
Is there a
we'll try to
main
resolve it.
number for
There
them to
is.
call? Okay.
It's 845-4050.
Okay.
And you can call that. That goes right into the call center.
Very good.
And I tell you, we have somebody on call up to 8 o'clock every night.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay, so if we need to get somebody out there to do something, occasionally what that is primarily if we've had to disconnect somebody.
Yes, and
they
that-
come home from work.
Yes.
They want to go online. They pay the bill. We can actually dispatch somebody and get it
And
turned
speaking
on right
of
there.
that, the cutoffs, I know some of the other questions that come about are that they've made a payment online or they made a payment in some form, but
yeah.
some kind of way the water wound up getting cut off even after the bill
After
had
a
already
payment.
been paid.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that and how can we work to correct that or what we're doing.
Okay, yeah, one of the issues that we have is our online bill paying system. So you can pay your bills through the lockbox in person.
Right.
You can call in on the phone and pay your bill, or you can go to our website and
Okay.
pay your bill. The problem is that is not connected to our utility system. So there's
Okay.
two separate systems running out
Okay.
there. So what happens is overnight we'll collect payments. It's not until the next business day that we actually post those payments.
Okay.
So if you're on a disconnect list or have been disconnected and you go online and pay, we don't, again, it's like a leak. We don't know it until after the fact.
Okay.
So we ask people to call
Okay.
if you do that. Again, you could call the night number. You can call the 845-4050. Just leave a message. We'll get those in the morning. And then again, we'll try to get them taken off the disconnect list.
Okay.
But the disconnect list, we are now refreshing it every day.
Okay.
So they're not stale.
Good, good.
And we're trying we're trying to watch the payments that come in. Again, it's not a perfect system.
Okay.
But again, the council has approved new
That's the good thing about it. We're
new
working
systems.
towards it,
So
yes.
hopefully, again, at the end of the day, when you go in and pay, it'll instantly hit your account. It'll take you off the disconnect
Yes.
notice, and then the guys in the field won't be doing
Wonderful.
Won't be doing that.
Wonderful.
So we've got a lot going on. I really think it's going to be a game changer in how not only we service, but how the customers can again get their own data.
There's one other thing I do want to mention. I know we have landlords. Can you briefly explain that process of how the landlord is able to come in order for their tenant to come in and get the water started in their location? What responsibility is it for the landlord when it comes to that?
The landlord-tenant relationship we can do one of two ways.
Okay.
The landlord can leave the account in their name.
Okay.
Okay. That gives the landlord the ability to tell us to turn the water off, tell us to turn the water on, come do whatever service.
Okay.
If they choose to have it in the tenant's name, the landlord can't control that anymore.
Okay.
Now the tenant controls it.
Right.
So we have some that like it one way or the other.
Okay. So once it's put into the tenant's name, it's no longer the responsibility of the landlord.
It's not responsibility of the landlord, so the tenant puts down the deposit.
Okay.
Tenant makes all the calls, pays all the bills.
Okay.
If the tenant leaves,
Yes.
the account automatically goes back to the property owner.
Okay.
Okay.
But
'Cause now
with
there's no
regard
tenant.
with the if they have an outstanding bill,
That follows the tenant.
follows the
It
tenant.
follows the
Okay,
tenant.
very good. Because
Yeah.
I know there were a couple of concerns of that, but that has been resolved, and so
Yes.
that's the way that we operate with that. Great.
Yeah.
Well, I know, our show today, we had a few visitors today, and I know that Mr. Randy Sherman will be joining us again because
happy to.
there's so much to talk about in the Water Utilities Department, and I look forward to having you come back out. But again, give us that call center number one more time.
It's 845-4050, 4050.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. I
you.
appreciate you coming out today. Like I said before, I think it's very important that we have our departments here to just explain some of the things that are going on in that department and helpful tips to just assist our citizens on just having a life that would be free of error or issues or anything, especially when it comes to making our bill payments and making sure that our utilities are up to par. Again, as I said before, this was something that I thought was very important for us to do. I wanted to make sure that we're able to highlight community members that are in our community making great strides and trying to build up our city. So what I'm asking for you today, Riviera Beach citizens, please give me a call or email me. I'm looking for, again, community organizations that are nonprofit. If you have a service you're helping out in the community with our citizens, we're looking for you so that you can tell us a little bit about what your organization is doing. We're looking for the community members who are working in their neighborhoods. We're looking for schools that are doing wonderful things, activities, being able to put on workshops for our parents. How can our parents assist their students in the classroom or at home? So again, contact me, my cell number, and I will give you my cell number. It's 561-444-5192, or you can reach me by email, kmiller@rivierabch.com. Again, I appreciate all of you joining me on Let's Talk Riviera Beach with Councilwoman KaShamba Miller Anderson. I look forward to spending more time with you, as well as getting to know all of our community members, businesses, nonprofits, and schools on a very detailed basis by having you here on our show. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.